everyone, meteorologist Jordan Derensberg here. It has been a very hot last several days, and we've got a couple more days of this before things do start to change just a little bit. But as we take a look outside, that's the Oasis weather camera, and yes, my head is blocking the sun there because we do have a nice sunset, and I'll show you that by the time we get to the wall here in a few minutes. But I just want to take a moment and welcome everybody in. We have 11 of you watching on Facebook, and I'm about to share you guys on my Facebook page right now. But back to the beautiful skies and the beautiful vibes. We got up to 97 at Camp Mabry, and I think we could be even hotter than that as we kick off astronomical fall. Wild for me to say, I know, but that's where we are. But anyways, let's go ahead, let's take it to the wall, and let's show you guys that beautiful sunset right there from our Oasis weather camera. They've got good food at that restaurant, I can tell you that for a fact. And right now we're looking at upper 80s and lower 90s. I think the only spot in upper 80s is Burnett, so it's mostly low 90s, including here in town. And as we look at our satellite and radar, we are looking mostly dry. Maybe a few light sprinkles just off to the north of Brownwood there. But other than that, we are looking mostly dry. But as we look at our allergens, weeds are in the medium, fall elm and ragweed are low, mold is in the high with elevated levels of alternaria, and grass not on the board. You can find this allergy count each and every day on kview.com as well as the KView app. Now let's go through your Saturday morning, getting down to those upper 60s and lower 70s, kind of like where we were this morning. In just a few passing clouds hanging around with calm winds. But then as we head through around game time and your tailgate time for UT as they take on Sam Houston, southeasterly winds at around 5 to 10 miles an hour overall. But then as we head through your Sunday morning, getting down to those mid 70s, we are going to add a few more in the way of clouds later on that afternoon and evening. And that does include for the Horns taking on Sam Houston, a few passing clouds arriving mostly late with temperatures getting to the lower 90s, mostly clear skies. Hopefully Arch Manning gets it together because he hasn't really had the best last few games. Let's encourage him though. Also, Austin FC coming off a huge win in Minnesota to have the U.S. Open Cup final played right here on the 512 on October 1st. They'll be in the lower 90s at kickoff, 6 p.m. Sunday from Q2 Stadium, 93 at kickoff, so it is going to be quite toasty. Hopefully the supporters on the south end are able to throw water around for most of the match because a lot of goals will have been scored at that point because it is going to be quite toasty for most of the game, and there's going to be hydration breaks for the players as well. Your average first cold front, we're right in that period of the highest probability of that, a 21% probability of that, but right after that is the 24th through 30th. And it's looking more and more like that front's going to come right through that particular time period, but it wouldn't necessarily quantify as that strong front with a temperature decrease of 10 or more. But as we take a look hour by hour, what we are going to see an increase of are rain chances, especially Wednesday and on into Thursday, according to this latest model data, but not a whole lot to speak of. It's looking at around 3, maybe even 4/100ths of an inch, just shy of a half an inch, barely that. So if you're looking for a drought-busting rain with this front, then you're plumb out of luck pretty much. But we are looking at mid to upper 90s for your Monday as well as your Tuesday. I do have maybe a brief sprinkle chance on Sunday in addition to your Tuesday out ahead of the front, but we've got good storm chances, especially Wednesday night into Thursday, where I have a 40% chance, but things do start to change a little bit Wednesday and on through Friday. It's not going to change by a whole lot, but it is going to be a bit of a welcome change considering the hot summer that we've had. We haven't had as many triple-digit days, though, so really and truly, not a whole lot to really talk about so far. So on that particular note, do y'all have any particular questions, weather-related, that y'all may have for me tonight? Really and truly, I don't think a lot of y'all are going to have any questions tonight because really, honestly, there's nothing really much to speak of except for that frontal system that's going to come through. Timing-wise, really, when we talk about that front, You know, it's still kind of inexact. There's still some timing things that we have to really hash out. We don't have that short range model data in for that yet. So once we get that short range model data in, we're going to have a better idea of the timing of that front, as well as whether or not we have better or lower storm chances. Right now, I have Wednesday night and Thursday with a little bit of overrunning with that front right now. So I know that's probably a common question a lot of you are going to ask, and so I thought I might as well just go ahead and answer that straight up, because a lot of you are probably wondering, when is it going to get cooler? There's your answer right there. But by and large, should be a good weekend for any summer-like activities like boat parties, pool parties, things of that nature, pool hangouts, things like that. Maybe take the kids out and maybe do a little slip and slide or something of that nature. Maybe things like that. We've also got Banana Ball tomorrow night, in addition to ongoing right now at the Dell Diamond, and should be a very interesting occasion. The Texas Tailgaters taking on the Party Animals for that. It is going to be mid-90s, and the forecast is similar to UT's game against Sam Houston, because they're going to start at the same time at around 7 p.m. And so with that, if there are no additional questions, I am going to log off here, and I will see y'all on KVUE News at 10, followed by Friday Football Fever with the one and only Jeff Jones, as well as Corey Mose and Parker Coleman. Gang's all here, folks. And they're going to also preview UT's game against Sam Houston's. But for that, we've got your local news and weather from this handsome guy coming on KVUE.